What's going on, everyone? It's the Niskel. Welcome back to Resident Evil. There, I finally remembered. Last time, we got to the cabin, the quote-unquote midpoint of the game. And in this episode, we need to take care of those sharks. Be sure to check this table. It's different with every playthrough. It says if the pressure gets too high, release valve, whatever yours happens to be. Mine just happens to be number 1, and if you want a map of the Aqua Ring, you shouldn't really. There's only like 3 rooms, but there it is in the back. So now we need to drain the water and get rid of these sharks. They don't like that very much. Okay, there are a few parts in this game where, for lack of a better term or phrase, shit gets real. This is one of those moments. The sharks will break through and kill you. They are trying their best to get at you. So what you need to do is first, don't panic, release the safety, and just pull the control for the shutters. And that's it. Oh crap! The pressure's gone. So, remember what you read on the table. Back here are the 3 valves. Mine happens to be number 1, but yours could be 1, 2, or 3. So once you've done that, it's getting close for them getting in. So we release the safety one more time, and now close the shutters. There, nothing to it. The critical goes away, and now we can drain the water. Eat that, sharks. You're not getting me today. So there we go. That's one of the more tense moments in Resident Evil, and you're on your toes the entire time because that critical is going up and up and up really quickly. You need to think quickly. You need to know which buttons to press. Then and now, you got to be quick. So as soon as all the water's gone, there's a few items down here. They differ from playthrough to playthrough, but most of the time you'll be getting shotgun shells there. And in another room down in this area, there should be magnum bullets. I think that's the one that changes. So now we're in the bottom floor. I love how this looks. It looks like we drained a lot of water, and the sharks do move just for that extra scare for you. And here he is. Big old Neptune, king of the sea. Stranded. Sucker. So the only thing we need up here is that lovely shiny right there. Well, of course. Of course he would just do that. So you know what? I was a bit shocked by that. Why don't we shock him back? Get out of here. And it just happens to short out, so there's no more electricity. And he may be fidgeting a lot, but don't worry, he won't get you. And we get another key. What does this one say? Oh, we're heading to the gallery. That's our next stop. That's the one room we haven't been in yet. In the cabin, at least. I think if you stay there long enough before you shock him, I think he eventually does get you. I know for a fact that as soon as the key falls and you jump down there, you're instantly dead. Just as you saw in that extra bonus in the last episode, if you just happen to click on that. Okay. Set over here, and you want to go through here. You don't want to go the long way. Because now that the water's drained, that block puzzle, that block and or box puzzle you did to get here, it's now gone. Because the water's gone down. And here are the magnum rounds, just in case you needed them. And up this ladder. Oh, I really like this song that's playing in the background. It just sounds so soothing. It belongs in a water level. Which this happens to be. There's a water level in every game. Every single video game ever made. And ta-da! We've made it all the way around. Clever design, Capcom. Clever design. What's with the, like, horror violin music going on there? What's going on there? Moving right along. This will be one of those episodes where I tend to cut out a lot because there is way too much backtracking in the route that I want to take you. If we're going for 100%, you don't necessarily have to do this next thing I'm going to show you a little later. But if you are a first-timer for this game and you want the safe route, I'll show you how to get that. But there are bees all over the place, and we need to get rid of them. This sad sap just... I guess he sprayed himself in the face, I don't know. You're not supposed to point it at yourself, dude. It's like the old Looney Tunes cartoons. Point the gun barrel at yourself, that'll shoot him. So, naturally, while avoiding the bees that I caused, just use it right here. And they keep trying to get me. You won't get me through a cutscene. Nah. And sadly, that didn't kill these guys, because apparently I used all of the insecticide. Which is so sad. I kind of wanted to use it on those guys. So now that all the bees are gone, we can go all the way to the back and see what treasures lie back here that this poor unfortunate soul couldn't get to. Maybe he was just a local gardener. Another key. Fantastic. What does this one say? Room 3. Very nice. And room 3 just happens to be in this room. A long, perilous journey this has been to get into room number 3. And use the key. It's all gone. So, in we go. Now, right about here... Ooh, the scary music kicks in. Shit's about to go down. But first, a puzzle. So we'll take the white book and find out about the Tyrant virus, the T-virus, and how it's been put into Plant 42. This is also telling us on how to kill it. The V-Jolt. Simple science mixing chemicals makes a plant killer. Even powerful enough to kill Plant 42. And right here, a very simple book puzzle, why you can't do this more than 2 books at a time. I think you can open your hands a bit more to carry 2, Jill. Come on. Anyway, very easy. And I think this is one of the only Capcom games where you see a naked lady. Don't look too closely, guys. Alright, so in that door is the next boss fight. But I think I am forgetting something. I think there should be an ink ribbon in here. I think it's in here? Is it in here? I don't remember. Ah, I remember this. In here, in this bathtub, in normal mode and hard mode, there is nothing here, which is terrible. But in easy mode, you get a self-defense dagger. That's it. That's all that is in this room. Oh well. Back outside. There should be an ink ribbon out here, but I'm just not finding it, so let me see. 2 greens, okay. That'll be useful. Alright, so now here's your big choice. This is a big boss fight. How do you want to fight him? I see. You are one with the science guy. I actually heard the recent controversy with him talking about creationism. It was really funny. I kind of hope he comes back to TV. Here is where I'm going to be doing most of my editing, going from room to room. We're going to make the V-Jolt and kill Plant 42. So, your first stop is all the way back here, where you lit all these candles and saw these different symbols. Now, I mentioned in the previous episode that these symbols change depending on your playthrough. So you need to write these down, or just have a really good memory. So that eye had 3 lashes on top and 1 on bottom. And that was the red one. Down here, in my case, the green one is just an eye with no lashes. And now, I still have a spider scurrying up there. He's trying to get me, but if you just don't stop on these stairs, he won't get you. And this last one here has 2 lashes on the side and is orange. Now, the solution to this puzzle is actually, it's not like devious or anything. If you write everything down, you'll be fine. Because now you got to look at the pool table. Red, orange, and green. So 3, 5, and 6 is what you need to write down underneath the eyes. So you write down the color the eye was, how the eye looked, and the number it corresponds to. You don't need to worry about any of those other ones. You just have to focus on the 3 main ones that took up most of the screen. Those are the ones you need to focus on, and the ones that match the colors. So, with that puzzle out of the way, I will meet you in the next room. Welcome back to this room, the one before fighting the plant boss. Here's where the puzzle comes into play. Now you just need to remember which symbol was which, under which number, and which color. There we go. So, awesome, right? Now, be sure you have at least 4 spots open to make the V-Jolt with when coming into this room. There are 4 bottles you need to pick up. On one of the walls, I'm not sure what it is, it tells you the amount a chemical makes. You need to get up to a perfect 20 to make the V-Jolt, UMB 20. Each chemical has a different number. And what it tells you here on this back wall is the equation. 1 plus 3, 4 plus 6, 1 plus 6, 10 plus 7, 17 plus 3. That'll give you the perfect 20. Now, I think on that opposing wall right there, it'll tell you that water equals 1. That's where you're going to get your 1. I've sped this up for you just to, because this is kind of long and tedious, so I'm just going to show you what chemicals you need. There's the 6, so you mix the 4 and the 6 and you get 10. Now you need to make 7. So you take 6 and 1, combine those together, and get 7. So now you're at 10 and 7, mix those together, and you get 17. So now you just need chemical number 3, which is the red one here. Mix those together, and you get V-Jolt. So now we have the legendary plant killer. And... oh, yes, it is over here. Water is 1, red is 3, purple is 4, and green is 6. Or whichever that one was. So, now that you have your V-Jolt, where the heck do you use it? Well, let me show you. Going all the way back around to the Aqua Ring, there's actually a room back here where you can use the V-Jolt. So you have to backtrack all the way. This is why I did so much cutting. But if you go into this room, the roots are here. Use that V-Jolt, and it squirms and dies. So if you're going for a route that's a lot safer, this may take a little longer, and you can get rid of the bottles as soon as you're done with them. All 4 of them, by the way. In the original Resident Evil, you only got rid of the one that had the V-Jolt. But in this instance, this is now the safer route. So now that you've taken out the roots, it's time to take on Plant 42.
What the hell is this thing?
Barry!
Jill!
I thought it was finished.
Yeah.
That was close. Thanks again.
Don't mention it. But what was that? What the hell's going on in this place?
If you want to take on the plant full force, and you'll probably see in the other video if you click the annotation, that simple knowledge would tell you that cutscene gave you a really big hint as to what type of weapon to use against a plant. Or, if you remember back to your simple Pokemon days, fire beats grass.
Barry.
Something about that mansion still bothers me. But I think I'll stay here a little longer. We should split up again and investigate.
All right.
So after defeating the plant, you now have the 4th official key. Got sword, armor, shield, and now helmet. The final key of the game. We can go unlock the rest of the doors in the mansion. Back here is a red herb, just in case you needed it. And believe it or not, we're done with the cabin. We have nothing else to do here except leave.
Wesker.
Jill, so you're safe.
That's what I was going to say.
I apologize. It was all I could do to protect myself against those strange creatures.
I understand. Anyway, it's good that you're safe.
Did you notice? Barry, he sounded a little flaky.
Now that you mention it, yeah. I'll keep a close eye.
Maybe it's quite natural under these circumstances. It's not really our standard operation. Jill, our first priority is to get out of here.
I agree.
There are still rooms in that mansion we can't get into because they're locked up. I've been looking for ways to...
Okay, if there's anything, I'll go back to the other mansion.
I'm counting on you.
Yes! Wesker killed the bees for me! Yeah! And now I'm getting my final revenge on the bees. It's kind of funny that Wesker mentions that there's still rooms that are closed right after we got a key. Hint. So, I think I might just take a couple of these. Just to show off. Oh, you can't combine those two? Oh, that's new to me. So let me go ahead and switch around my items real quick. Be right back. Alrighty. We're all set and ready to go. So while we're heading back to the mansion, I want to talk about Resident Evil 6. Okay. A lot of people say that Resident Evil 6 is not Resident Evil. Like, the franchise is dead thanks to 6.
This is Brad. Come in, Stars Alpha Team. Come in.
This is Jill.
Does anybody hear me?
I hear you, Brad. Over.
Stars Alpha Team. Bravo Team. It doesn't matter. Respond. I repeat, this is Brad.
Brad? Brad!
This is Brad. If you can't answer me, somehow give me a sign.
Jill to Brad. Can you hear me? Brad! Brad! Shit. It's broken.
That line sounds familiar. Anyway, UDJ and I have been talking about Resident Evil 6, and I think he put it best. Resident Evil 6 is a really bad survival horror game, but a really awesome action game. And now there are dogs. That's the direct result of calling Resident Evil 6 not Resident Evil. Dogs appear. But I agree with that statement in full. Like, Capcom said they didn't want to do horror anymore. They didn't want to do survival horror after 4. They wanted to go all action because everything has to go all action. Like, Lost Planet, Dead Space, I'm fucking poisoned, god damn it, I didn't bring a blue with me. Crap. Those stupid snakes. You made me go on a tangent, you snakes. I hate you. I hate you. But hey, if Capcom wants to go away from survival horror, they're giving in to peer pressure. And Resident Evil 6 is okay. Probably still do an LP of it. Oh, but wait, I forgot to do it as soon as it came out. I am on YouTube after all. Hold on, let me go get my HD capture card that I don't have and start playing Resident Evil 6 for the internet even though I don't know what's going to happen. Makes me awesome, right guys? In here, we got some new items, but who are they from? There's a first aid spray as well, so somebody really likes us. What's this note say? Oh, even more! Okay. Aw, Barry, you fixed the door! So next time on Resident Evil, we're hitting the mansion.